it's one of the most beautiful places in California to buy a home. It's also one of the easiest places to make a very expensive mistake. I have helped dozens of families navigate this market, and in this video I'm going to tell you exactly what they wish they have known before they started. The 5 villages, what each one of them feels like to live in, what the market is doing right now, and the things about buying here that almost no other real estate video will ever tell you. There is one neighborhood in Encinitas that I think is genuinely the most misunderstood in all of North County, where the perception and the reality are completely different. I'm going to tell you which one and why near the end of this video. If you have been looking in Encinitas for any length of time, it might change where you look. Also, to make your life easier, I have made a free PDF guide that compares every city in North County, San Diego, side by side, home prices, schools, lifestyle, who each city it's actually for. If Encinitas is one of the several cities that you are looking at, this guide might save you a lot of time. The link is in the description, and I'm Marija. I cover North County, San Diego real estate. Let's get into it. The framework that changes everything. Before we talk about any specific neighborhood, you need to understand one thing that most people only discover after they have already made enough. And sometimes it's too late to change course. In Encinitas, it's 5 separate villages, not 5 neighborhoods within one city. 5 genuinely different real estate markets that happen to share a city name, a school district, and a zip code. The experience of living in Old Encinitas versus Olivenhain is as different as living in 2 separate cities. The buyer who is right for one village is often completely wrong for another. Every family I work with in Encinitas has the same journey. They come in saying they want to live in Encinitas. We spend 30 minutes talking, and by the end they have identified one specific village, sometimes 2. That narrows the search from hundreds of listings to manageable target set, and that clarity saves them months of confusion and false start. So before anything else, let me give you the map. After the villages, I'm going to tell you something about homeowners insurance in Encinitas that most buyers find out the hard way, so stay with me. 5 villages, the honest locals guide. Old Encinitas is the village that people picture when they close their eyes and think about living here. The Coastal Highway 101, the La Paloma Theater showing films since 1928, the surf shops, the restaurants that have been there so long they are part of the city's identity, and it lives up to the picture. If you're on the right street, you can hear the ocean from your porch. You walk to the farmers markets on Wednesday morning. You're at Moonlight Beach with the fire rings, the volleyball courts, the lifeguards, the whole production in 8 minutes on foot. But here's what the picture doesn't show you. The homes west of I-5 in Old Encinitas are mostly 1950s and 1960s construction on small lots. The square footage is limited. The parking situation is genuinely difficult. And if you're looking at anything within 500 feet of the bluffs, which are some of the most dramatic and beautiful properties in the city, there is something you need to understand. The sandstone cliff along this coastal line erode, not theoretically actively. The city's own coastal hazard documentation records annual bluff failures. A 2000 landslide in Bacon's Beach changed how the city thinks about bluff top safety permanence. Standard homeowners insurance policies exclude gradual erosion and earth movements almost universally. A bluff top property requires a specific geotechnical assessment and an insurance strategy that layers multiple policies to cover what standard coverage won't touch. I'm not telling you this to scare you away from bluff top properties. Some of the most extraordinary real estate in Southern California sits on those cliffs. I'm telling you this because buyers who don't know until the escrow, this is something that falls apart a lot of deals. Prices west of 5 in Old Encinitas start at around 1.5 million and push past $3 million for anything with an ocean view or bluff top position. Leucadia, the one that is changing. Drive north on the 101 from Old Encinitas and the vibe shift. The eucalyptus trees form a canopy over the road. The restaurants get a little more eclectic. The surf shops, Grandview, Bacon's are slightly less crowded because you actually have to know where you're going. This is Leucadia, and Leucadia right now is the most interesting value play in all of Encinitas. Buyers who understand what is happening here. The city have been actively investing in the 101 corridor through Leucadia. New streetscaping, improved pedestrian crossing, better lighting. The restaurant restaurant and the retail scene has been expanding for 3 years. And the gentrification that has been reshaping this neighborhood means that buyers who get in early have seen real appreciation while the rest of the city has largely stood still. Here's the angle that almost no one talks about. Leucadia has some of the most flexible ADU zoning in the city. Larger lots, minimal HOA restriction, a relatively open building environment. A buyer who wants to add a well-designed, well-permitted ADU in Leucadia isn't just creating rental income. They are meaningfully moving the needle on resale value. In a market where every dollar of down payment matters, this is a strategic tool. The caveat: parts of Leucadia fall within very high fire hazard severity zones. I'll come back to what that actually means for insurance in a few minutes. Homes run from high 1 million to 3 million plus for larger lot with development potential. Cardiff-by-the-Sea, the tightest community in Encinitas. Cardiff has its own zip code, own post office, and its own personality, so distinct that the locals will correct you if you call it Encinitas. It's Cardiff, and the people who live there are very clear about the distinction. The walking district, the flat beach closed street near Cardiff State Beach, has streets named after composers: Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, and the seaside market on San Dieguito Avenue is something I feel compelled to mention specifically. It's not a grocery store, it's Cardiff institution. The meat counter, the prepared food, the wine selection, the fact that half of the neighborhood is in there at any given time. Seaside market is one of those hyper-local things that becomes part of your identity as a Cardiff resident within about 2 weeks of moving in. The community feel here is the tightest in the city. Neighbors actually know each other. Parents at Cardiff Elementary know every family in every grade. The beach bonfires at Cardiff State Beach are not Instagram content. They're Tuesday. Then there is Composer District on the hillside. These are the homes that stop people in the middle of a listing search. 180-degree ocean panoramas. Sunset views from living room that look west over the San Dieguito Lagoon and out to the Pacific is genuinely breathtaking in a way that photographers can't fully capture. The lagoon itself, San Dieguito Lagoon, is one of the largest coastal wetlands remaining in Southern California. Miles of trails, bird watching, kayaking from the nature center. For families who want the ocean on one side and wild nature on the other, Cardiff is a no-brainer. Homes in the walking district start around 1.1 million. Composer district hits 2 million and goes well above 3 million for the best views. New Encinitas, where most families with kids actually end up. Cross the I-5 and the personality of Encinitas completely changes. You're now in New Encinitas, and this is where most families with school-age children, after doing their homework, actually end up. Encinitas Ranch and Village Park are master-planned communities with newer construction, community pools, green belts, sidewalks on every street, and the kind of organized suburb infrastructure that makes daily life with young children generally manageable. More housing, more parking, more yards, a 5-minute drive from the beach. This is the trade is the organic coastal character of the village to the west. Encinitas Ranch doesn't feel like Leucadia. It wasn't designed to. It was designed for a specific kind of family life, and it delivers that with consistency. One piece of local intelligence that matters. A portion of Encinitas Ranch carries Mello-Roos special assessment, with some bonds expected to pay off around 2030. Most buyers see this as a negative additional monthly cost. The buyers who think one step further see it differently. If you're planning to hold this property from 7 to 10 years, you're buying into a cost that decreases. That's a factor in the long-term ownership map that I walk through with every buyer here. Single-family homes in New Encinitas rent from 1.1 million to 2 million. Olivenhain, the most misunderstood village in Encinitas. Olivenhain, and this is the village I promised you at the beginning of the video, the most misunderstood in all of Encinitas. Here's the perception. Olivenhain is expensive, remote, and primarily for horse people. Here is the reality. Olivenhain is the only neighborhood in coastal San Diego County where you can own 2 acres of land, keep horses, have genuine dark skies at night, and be 25 minutes from downtown Encinitas. The lots here are half an acre to 2 acres and beyond. The roads are winding and unlit by design. The city has an official dark skies ordinance. The homes here are costumed. The views are in every direction. And the median heads from 1.7 million in early 2026, and it's up 10.3% year over year, which means the market has already discovered this village and it's pricing it accordingly. Here is what the perception misses. The buyers in Olivenhain are not primarily the acquisitive set. The largest buyer group right now is executives and entrepreneurs entrepreneur, people who want land, privacy, and complete separation from the intensity of coastal living, who happen to be only 25 minutes drive from the 101. The two things you need to know going in. First, roughly 40% of Olivenhain properties have some wildfire risk over the next 30 years, according to the climate risk data. Several major carriers have restricted or non-renewed policies in this area. Some buyers end up with California Fair Plan, which is the state insurer of last resort, which proposed a 35% increase in spring 2026. Insurance quotes happen before we write any offers here, not after. Second, drive the commute yourself at 5:30 p.m. on a weekday before you decide. The winding roads add time that Google Maps doesn't account for when it calculates the demand. Coming up, the market numbers, the insurance situation I have been reflecting that affects buyers across multiple Encinitas villages. This is the part most agents skip. I'm not going to skip. The market right now. The citywide median in Encinitas sits around 1.8 million in 2026. The number is almost meaningless without the village content. So here is how the price ties actually break down. Entry into Encinitas condos and townhomes east of the I-5 starting around $700,000 to $900,000. Single-family homes in New Encinitas 1.1 to 2 million. Old Encinitas and Leucadia west of 5 1.5 million and up. Cardiff 1.1 million in the walking district, 2 million and above in the composer district. Olivenhain 1.7 million medium and climbing. The current market 61 days average on market citywide. Home selling at about 97% of asking price. That average is being pulled up by overpriced listings that are sitting at 90, 100, 120 days. Well-priced coastal properties west of the 5, the ones that are priced correctly for their condition and location, still see multiple offers in the first 2 weeks. What this means particularly, if you're a buyer right now, you have leverage on properties that have been sitting. You can negotiate. You can ask for inspection credits. You can make contingency offers on listings that have been on the market for 45 days or more. 2 years ago, that was nearly impossible in this market. One structural thing to understand about Encinitas that explains its price stability. There is no significant new construction pipeline here. The land is essentially built out. What exists is what the market has to work with. Supply constrained, demand consistent. The combination is why this market has held value through cycles that moved other San Diego markets significantly. What nobody tells you, insurance in Encinitas. I want to spend a few minutes on something that most real estate videos about Encinitas completely skip because it's uncomfortable and because agents who skip it lose deal when buyers find out in escrow. The Encinitas situation in parts of Encinitas is serious. Canyon adjustment neighborhoods, parts of Leucadia, all of Olivenhain, and the eastern edge of New Encinitas fall within very high fire hazard severity zones as designed by CAL FIRE. This is not a perception of or risk assessment. This is an official state designation that affects what insurance is available and at what cost. Several major carriers, State Farm, Allstate, and others have restricted or stopped writing new homeowners policies in these zones in California. Buyers in this area might find themselves on California Fair Plan, which is the state insurer or last resort. The Fair Plan covers less than a standard policy and costs significantly more, sometimes double or triple a standard premium. In spring 2026, the Fair Plan posted a 35% rate increase across its residential book. There is also the bluff top issue I mentioned earlier. Standard policies excluding erosion and earth movements requiring separate geological coverage. My process before we write any offer on a property in a fire-adjusted zone or on the bluff, we get insurance quote, not during due diligence, before the offer. Because finding out your insurance costs $800 a month more than you budgeted after you are already in escrow, it's a deal changing it. Knowing it before the offer, it's information. I'm telling you this not to discourage you from those neighborhoods. Some of the best properties in the cities are in Leucadia and Olivenhain. I'm telling you this because you deserve to go into a purchase with complete information. Schools. Encinitas has 2 district structure that trips up almost every buyer who doesn't know about it. Elementary through 6th grade, Encinitas Union School District consistently among the top elementary districts in California. Standout campuses that families specifically seek out. Paul Ake Center, Flora Vista, and Ocean Knoll each has a distinct community around it. 7th through 12th grade, San Diego Dieguito Union High School District, one of the most academically distinguished secondary districts in the entire state. Two flagships high schools that present genuinely different educational experiences. San Dieguito Academy feels like a college campus. Students move between buildings, choose from a wide range of electives, and are expected to manage their own academic path with significantly more independence than a traditional high school. For a self-directed, academically motivated student, it's exceptional. For a student who needs structure and consistency, the adjustment is real and worth understanding before you commit to a neighborhood that fits into it. Leucadia Canyon High School, on the southern end of the city, feeding primarily from Cardiff and Olivenhain, has a more traditional campus structure with equally strong academics. Here's the details that change neighborhood decisions. School boundaries within Encinitas Union are not intuitive. Two houses on the same block can fit into completely different elementary schools. Before we write any offer in Encinitas, I verify the specific school assignments by exact property address. That verification has changed the conversation more than once. What a week in Encinitas actually feels like. Let me tell you about a specific Wednesday morning in Encinitas because the feel of a place lives in the ordinary days, not the highlight moments. You wake up before 7 a.m. If you're in the right part of Old Encinitas or Leucadia, you can hear the ocean. You drive or you walk to the farmer's market on El Camino Real. It's certified, which means everyone selling there actually grew it. The strawberries in season are not grocery store strawberries. There is a coffee cart, there is a flower stand, there is a line for the tamales. It's over by noon. But in the afternoon, if the swell is right and you drive down to Swami's. And Swami's on Wednesday with a chest height south swell, it's one of the most purely Californian thing you can experience. This is a parking lot that has been there since the 1960s. A staircase down the cliff and a lineup of surfers who have been coming to that specific lake for decades. And if you want quiet, if you want the thing that surprises visitors most about this city, the self-realization Fellowship Lake Shrine Gardens sit on a cliff above the ocean and are open to public free every day. It's one of the most peaceful spaces in Southern California, and almost nobody outside of Encinitas knows it exists. The city has a consciousness to it that it's not manufactured. The organic food culture, the surf culture, the environmental awareness, these aren't amenities. They're the actual identity of the people who choose to live here. And when you find your village within Encinitas, you find your people within that community. For the family that lands here, there is nowhere else you want to live. 5 villages, 5 completely different versions of life. The right one for your family depends on your commute tolerance, your risk appetite around insurance, your school priorities, your budget, and honestly, which version of a morning sounds like yours. That is the conversation I have with every single family before we look at a single property. It takes 30 minutes and it saves months. And if you're still waiting Encinitas against the other North County cities, I put together a free PDF guide that compares every major city side by side on prices, schools, lifestyle, who each city is actually for. It's in the description below. It's completely free. Download it and share it with whoever is helping you make this decision. Drop your questions in the comments. I answer every single one personally. If you're ready to talk now, a link to reach me directly is also in the description. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I cover every city in North County, San Diego at this level of detail. Carlsbad, Oceanside, San Marcos, Rancho Santa Fe, Del Mar, Solana Beach. You don't want to make this decision without watching all of them. I'll see you in the next one.